Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bradley number P10-719. This is a set of frameless mirror clips. This is a package of 4 pieces that are going to allow you to take your mirror and get it on the wall. And let's take a look and see what's in this box. So first of all, the installation instructions are in there, and we're going to go over those. You're going to get 4 brackets. That's what they call these. There are a total of 4 of them. Okay, they appear to be wipe coat galvanized steel. Okay, wipe coat galvanized. There's a coating of, galvanized material that is placed on the steel itself. Corrugations down there in the end. Then there are 4 clips. I think they refer to these literally as clip. Yeah, there are 4 of these as well. Okay, or the clips. Let's back up and take some dimensions as we go along. The bracket, overall height about 2 inch, overall width about 1 3/16 inches. It's going to have a projection off the face of the wall of about just heavy on 1/8 of an inch, as you can see. Okay. Now our clip, that has an overall height of about 1 11/16 inches and an overall width of about 1 1/8 inches. That's going to have a projection, a total of about almost 7/16. From the inside of the clip to the inside of the clip retainer itself is about 5/16. Okay. You're going to get 4, I think they call these glue pads. They're just pieces of cardboard. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Then you're going to get you're going to get a total of 8 screws. There's 8 of these. It's a number 10 screw with a number 6 head, which just means it has a smaller head. Trim head, perhaps. Overall length of the screw is about 1.25 inches. That's because you'll need 2 each for these. So the way that these work simply is that you mount the brackets to the wall. You specifically hold them positioned on the wall 1/2 inch from the edge. So if your mirror came from here to here, you're going to want 1/2 inch from the top of the mirror or the bottom to where the bracket starts. That's because you're going to insert the clip just to the point where it stays in there. That 1/2 inch is going to allow you to rest, if this was upside down, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. You could rest your mirror in here, then tip it up, and then force your clips down like that. Squeeze it down. But before you do that, there's a part in the installation instructions that talk about gluing the glue pad into the clip so that your mirror doesn't touch metal. So you're really going to have this cardboard shim to prevent that contact. Okay? And they want you to glue that in. Now, and we're going to go over the installation instructions, but just giving you the brief version. If you are not using these clips, these mounting clips, to support weight, you don't need screws through the clips, just through the bracket. So if you're going to set this mirror on something that's going to do the job of carrying the load, then you really only need 2 clips at the top. If you're going to carry load with this, if the weight of the mirror is going to be based on this item, keeping it from falling off the wall, then you're going to install the clip, the bracket and the clip, such that your screw can go through all of this. Okay, because that will prevent the clip from moving in the bracket. You would only need to do this at the bottom, so you would rest your mirror in here, then tip your mirror up and then just push down your clips inside the corrugated brackets, and it will snap in place. You wouldn't have a way to do that in all 4 positions, because you have no vertical or horizontal adjustment when you run it that way. But if you're supporting load, you have to run that screw through both pieces. At that point, there's nothing else to discuss about this. Looking at the installation instructions, and I've looked at lots of installation instructions in my life, when it says follow instructions carefully, that always to me means, okay, you have to read the installation instructions and interpret the words literally, as if someone was speaking them to you, I find. So let's switch to the screen view and take a look at those installation instructions kind of step by step. Okay, so this is the item that we're looking at, and there's a link to the document called Cut Sheet from Bradley, and this kind of shows what we're dealing with here. There's a couple of names, 3 names being thrown around. You got C.R. Lawrence. I wouldn't be surprised that they distributed this. They're a large provider of glass and mirror-based, glass-based product. Bradley, of course, the manufacturer of this item is coming up to be someone in Warren, Ohio, and when I search their name online, they come up, but they don't have a website because I was looking for a little better visual representation of the installation of the item, which I was unable to see. But you go through the installation instructions, and it's pretty simple. So let's take a look at that now. So easy to install, I agree. Now, what's not included are any other anchors beyond these sheet metal screws. If you're going into drywall, you're certainly going to need more than a sheet metal screw. An easy anchor may work for you. If you were to look up the word E, or the letter E and Z, and then anchor, you'll find those. Maybe, if you're going into tile or masonry, you might need a plastic anchor. You might change all of this to machine screws and lead anchors. Whatever the case is, they're getting you started with sheet metal screws. But nothing beyond that. Now, let's take a look at what they're showing us. Easy to install. Follow carefully. When Morocco clips are used to support weight, be sure screw is inserted through both clip and bracket as shown in Figure 5. Figure 5, there is Figure 5. So Figure 4 shows the top clip. You'll notice the head of the screw here. Figure 5 would be like the bottom clip, head of the screw here, and head of the screw here. So your top or side mounting, because you can install these horizontally if you like, to suit your requirements. But in that bottom mounting, you'll have to run that through that way, so that the clip doesn't come out of the bracket. Okay. Now, mark wall for mirror location. Set the bracket 1/2 inch from the edge. That's pretty simple and straightforward. All they're doing here is showing you them mounted horizontally, where your clips would be on the sides. In this application, I would not recommend that you use only 2, but there is no weight being borne here. Not much, anyway. So, set the bracket 1/2 inch from the edge, mark your holes, and install your brackets. If you're doing a no-load rating, you're going to put those brackets with 2 screws right to the wall. If you're doing a load rating, you're going to put the clips in the brackets, as shown again in Figure 5 in the lower. Then the upper will be the Figure 4. If you're doing a load rating, your clip is already going to be installed in the bracket, but non-load rated, you're going to just take that clip and push it in just so that it stays in place, like I'd said earlier. Glue pad in clip using glue in tip of clip only. So what they're saying is, in that curved area, I think what they're saying is get yourself a little bit of glue right inside here just to hold that cardboard shim in place and obviously stay there. I would not consider not using the cardboard. You don't want metal touching glass at all. Something as odd as a truck rumbling down the street could create some sort of a condition where the glass may be fractured. So the installation calls for these to be installed, and that's how you'll want to observe the installation process. Place the mirror in position, obviously into the bottom clips first. Okay, and then push your clips into their brackets so that it's tight on the wall. No load on the bottom, no load rated on the bottom. Obviously load rating here, and then a mirror application where you'd obviously need permanent mounting here, and then adjustable up at the top. 2 clips at top side will be all that is necessary, where lower clips cannot be used. So they're saying you don't have to have them when you've got that mirror sitting on top of something. I would figure since you have the clips, go ahead and use them. Lower mounting bracket. First insert upper screw in bracket only, then insert the clip. Now insert the second screw through the clip and bracket. So get the bracket installed using this only, then bring the clip and run this screw. Upper clips can be installed on the sides if you like. They show it vertically here and horizontal at the top, however you like. You want them at the top? That's great. Wouldn't be a problem. Space clips evenly in a round application. 1/2 inch is what they're saying to observe. 1/4 inch, 1/2 and 3/8. Now that's what this JW Gauss company states. We're dealing with this obviously as an item that Bradley purchases and brings in. So what they're saying is that this material is compatible for their 747 and 747W mirror. And I don't know how thick that is. I would imagine it's a 1/4 inch, but let's take a look. Frameless plate glass mirror. Tech sheet. Yeah, 1/4 inch float glass. Okay, so 1/4 inch is what we're dealing with on this item. (747) 747W. I don't know what the W stands for. It's obviously some sort of variation of the unit, which we could easily reveal by going to, and we'll just go there now. So this cut sheet, which we showed you already, okay, gives you an idea of what this looks like. 747W, link to the manufacturer's page is here. That's going to allow us to take a look at not only all of the Bradley products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, which I just opened. Control F, 747 will get us there. And the W, okay, so the W is just this type of shape that they can do. Clearly, but the W may refer to the triple silver plated with electro copper plated layer, etc. Yeah, I'm going to go with the W being a higher caliber of silver plating on the back, because the plating on the back of a mirror will, with decades, fatigue with time, is what I have found. Okay, so this catalog is handy because it will allow you to review all things Bradley related. Okay, let's wrap up this video on camera. So in conclusion, a very nice, elegant way by which to get something mounted onto the wall. Obviously, you know, if you're going to go into a stud, you know, this wood, it's only 1.25 inches. You know, if your drywall is 1/2 inch or 5/8, I think I would really be looking to use longer screws. The problem, though, is that it's a number 10 screw with a number 6 head. So if you're unable to find those in the screw type that you like, you might need to get creative. You might buy some number 10 screws and then grind the circumference of the head down to make it more petite to fit in. I've never done that with this sort of concept, so you might need to think that through. You don't ever want, obviously, that thing coming off the wall. That easy anchor is nice because you don't need any drills. We do sell those, but it's just a trip to your local hardware store. You're able to pop that in, wide spiral sort of cut, set it in, and you'll run a screw like this right into it. But you'll have to confirm that it will take a number 10 screw. Those might use number 8s. Anyway, so if you have any questions on what would be the Bradley P10-719 frameless mirror clip kit, set of 4. Now, obviously, this company makes it in 1/4, 3/8, 1/2, and then for tile, I don't know what size that would be. Maybe 5/16 or maybe 3/16. You know, Bradley clearly has a relationship with these folks, so if you want a different size, reach out. We'll be happy to ask them if they can provide, you know, another size. Bradley, of course, would be bringing in the size that would be appropriate for their mirrors. How could I have known that the 747 is 1/4 inch? Well, this is for 1/4 inch. Okay. Any questions on the Bradley P10-719 frameless mirror clip kit or any other Bradley product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.